Hey guys, Jeeps here, and today we're going to take a look at Mount&Blade Warband. This is probably one of my favorite PC games, no joke. I come back to it every couple of months usually, and I'll sink a good 20 hours in a couple of days into this game. Usually then burn myself out, because, you know, I'll play it for 7 hours at a time if I've got the free time. Which is rare, admittedly, but when it happens. And then a couple months later, bam, gotta come back. I sink tons of time into it, and it's great. It really is great every time. Now, what Mount&Blade is, or in this case, Mount&Blade Warband, is I guess it would be a low fantasy setting. So there's no magic, there's no mythical creatures or anything, and it's, you know, it's a fictional medieval setting, based around the idea of mounted combat. To a semi-realistic mounted combat, as it is. The controls are a little odd. You can swing your sword in pretty much any direction. You can use lances, and your momentum matters, and all that. But the way you sink so much time into it is the really expansive campaign that they throw at you. So, I figured the best thing to do is to start up a new one, and let's just take a look at how it brings you into this campaign. Because first of all, like any good RPG of any kind, you get to make a character, and, well, you got a lot of stuff you have to do. So, first of all, this is one of the rare games that I've seen where there is admittedly not huge, but there is a difference between playing a male and female character. Most games avoid this, and probably with good reason, but since they're going for a semi-realistic kind of medieval setting, starting as a female character, it is harder to move up the ranks, as it were, because they don't want you to be able to become a lord as easily, because, well, you can become a lady-in-waiting, I guess, in this fake setting. It's very rare that they're going out and leading armies and bands of mercenaries and stuff, so pretty much playing a female character, since the story's pretty light anyway, so it's not a big deal in that regard, playing a female character is sort of a hard mode, in addition to being able to adjust the difficulty. So, they make a point of telling you that right out, because, again, that's kind of odd for a game. So let's continue. We're just gonna go with male for this. We're only probably gonna play the very beginning area with this character anyway, so we'll just go with male. And then you get a choice of, you were born years ago in a land far away. Your father was, and here are your choices. And these all affect your starting attributes, skills, and equipment to some degree. So, impoverished noble, traveling merchant, veteran warrior, hunter, steppe nomad, or a thief. I usually play kind of middle of the road. Noble, if you're playing male, gives you kind of a shortcut track. There's multiple options after this, and the top one is all kind of vaguely related to nobility. If you pick all of those, and it might even just be if you pick some of those, it might even just be this one that's important, you do start as a noble, which does significantly make the game easier. Just because normally you have to earn a lot of respect before you can get made a noble. And once you've made a noble, then you can start leading actual armies and not really just being a mercenary warband. But let's go traveling merchant. Why not? I think this one means you start out with a lot of money, and money's great. So, you're born the son of a traveling merchant, always moving from place to place in search of profit. Although your parents were wealthier than most and educated you as well as they could, you found little opportunity to make friends on the road, living mostly for the moments when you could sell something to somebody. Started to learn about the world almost as soon as you could walk and talk. You spent your early life as, and again, you get some more options that affect how you start out. Page of nobleman's court, leading you more towards nobility. Craftsman's apprentice, you start with some crafting stuff, I think. There isn't actually crafting in this game, but there are crafting goods, air quotes, which they're things you can sell. There's a lot of trading you can do in this game. Then the street urchin, stepchild. Let's go with the street urchin, why not? We'll be a little badass. And Grand Tribe took to the streets, being a begging, thieving person who's great. And just to switch it around, he goes from being a street urchin to a university student. You know, nice little, I guess, rags to riches story. Yeah, why not? And now, so you suddenly go and become a university student. I'm not going to read all of it. You can pause it and read it if you really want the story. This is about as much story as you're going to get in this character. You get to pick why you decide to go become a badass adventurer, and it's important to know why you become a badass adventurer. Let's just go with personal revenge. Why not? So only you know exactly what caused us to give us our old life. because we had rage brightly burning in our heart. And that's the best kind of rage, is when it burns brightly in your heart. You want justice, and we're going to have some debts that can only be paid in blood. It's going to be wonderful. So let's become an adventurer and ride to your destiny. Our destiny. Alright, I think this is a cool touch. What is the game's saving policy going to be? You have the choice between realistic or allow me to quit without saving. Which pretty much means if you pick realistic, if you screw up a battle real bad, you can't load to the save you made right before the battle where you lost your entire army. And that will happen, probably, many times in this game. It certainly does to me. But again, you know what? Let's go with realistic for this. We're only going to do the beginning anyway with this guy, so I don't think there's much harm. And if I do come back and play him, we'll be on hardcore mode, and that makes more fun for everyone. So enter your name, distribute your attributes. Here's the real RGB. I don't know what words I'm saying anymore. RPG stuff. Okay. So you get attributes to distribute. The choices we made at the beginning affected where these were allocated initially. We have 4 points we can distribute to these. We have the skills. There's a long list of skills. We have 9 skill points to distribute. I'm sorry, I am really not good with words tonight. And weapon points. This is our weapon proficiencies. We have 10 of those. So, the way attributes work is each of these 4 attributes determines... Well, certain ones of these skills are tied to certain ones of these attributes. How high these skills can go is determined by how high the attributes they are tied to are. So, I'm not going to go through all of them. Again, there's a ton. You can guess what a lot of them are, basically, from their descriptions. They're pretty self-explanatory. We'll go with, let's up... I always find int and charisma to be really important in this game. It makes you... They don't help you personally, but they let your army be better. And often I find that's more important. So let's up our int to 10. We'll go ahead and up our charisma to 9. And let's just get our agility up one more, 2 to 7. Alright, we got 10 skill points. Let's get some Iron Flesh so we can have a little bit more health. Power Strike's always good. We'll get that up to 2. That's as high as it can go right now. And do... let's get some points in Shield, point in Athletics. We have Riding at 2 already, that's good. I'm a terrible Horse Archer anyway, so I don't know if I want that. Leadership. Prisoner Management, that's a big one. Persuasion, and Inventory Management. We'll go with those. And then we're just gonna dump everything into one-handed weapons. Alright. Enter name here. He's gonna be Atna, because this is AtnaGaming. And done. Now there's the part about the game that's not so good, but it really doesn't matter, and it's the graphics. This is not the prettiest game in the world. I'd honestly say I think Sacrifice is a better looking game than this. And it came out in 2000. Admittedly, Sacrifice wins a lot by having a weird art style, but the graphics really don't hurt the game any, and the texture work's not bad. They don't hurt the game any because the gameplay is really fun, and the graphics being kind of scrappy, I don't know, it almost gives the game a weird little charm for me. It's never really bothered me, even though, admittedly, they're not great. So let's just randomize the dude. Well, there's our guy. We can't not use him. Hi, Atna. Alright, so the last choice you get to make is what nation you started. There are 6 kingdoms in this game. You don't start aligned to any of them, unless you're a noble. Then I believe you start aligned to the one you pick here. I think. You might not. I don't think I've ever actually started as a noble, so I just know you can. But this picks where you start. All of the kingdoms have slightly different specialties in their units. And I'll get more into that when we get to recruiting units, but I'll just run down the list. You start. Swadia is your basic kind of Arthurian England knight kingdom. Their big strength is they have really good cavalry. Specifically, the Swadian knight, their highest tier cavalry, is very, very, very powerful. Their infantry is okay. They have crossbowmen, which are okay, but their cavalry are fantastic. Vaegirs. Vaegirs are similar to Swadia, except make their basic infantry and cavalry slightly worse, but have a cheaper upkeep. You don't have to pay them as much, so you can have more of them. I think they're meant to be kind of likened to the... If you think a lot of RTSs, they've got the Soviet or Russian equivalent, where everything's really cheap, or hell, even just the Zerg. They're kind of like that. You have lots of guys. Kurgit Khanate. Kurgit Khanate are an interesting one in that they are completely focused on horse archers. They have no infantry at all, not counting their, the trainee unit you immediately recruit, the villagers. And even they have a chance of spawning with a horse. It's rare, but it does happen. They are all about horse archers. They're basic. They can get a kind of Lancer-style cavalry. They're not very good compared to most of the knights, though. Their horse archers are really good, but it does limit their usefulness. On their own, Kurgits can be kind of hard to play as, but they are a pain to fight against, because they're just running away and shooting you, and they're faster than you are. Almost guaranteed. In the opposite end of the spectrum, we have the Nords. They have no cavalry. They're Vikings. They have very, very powerful infantry. Big armored guys with big axes. They've got okay archers, too, but big, scary guys with axes. They are... I think it's the Huskarl? Or Husarl? I don't know how it's actually pronounced. They are terrifying. They are what you want in a siege. They are devastating infantry. Similar to the Nords, we have the Rodoks. They are also pure infantry. They are pure infantry that are very much designed to fight cavalry. They are pikemen with big board shields, so they're really good against infantry. Infantry, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, guys. Archery and cavalry. Really good against taking the shots because the giant board shields, and pikes are fantastic against cavalry, as are all kinds of spear weapons. And then they have crossbowmen, and their crossbowmen are very good. Rodok units are pretty tough, and their crossbowmen are excellent. And then my favorite, even though they're really not all that great in the long run, is the Saranid Sultanate. They are kind of an Egypt kind of themed. They start out in the desert. They, again, kind of are similar to Swadia and the Vaegirs in that they kind of fit a general army, but they kind of hit a weird, awkward middle ground between the two. The exception being their final cavalry unit, the Saranid Mamluk, is pretty much as good as the Swadian Knight. But their other units, their archers are... They have worse... Their best archers are worse than the Vaegir archers at shooting, but are actually a little better in close combat, so they're better when they're... When things are going worse for you, they're more useful. When things are going well for you, they're not actually as good. And that kind of sums up their army in general. Especially since, again, their best unit is cavalry. So in a siege, they're actually pretty useless. I still love them, though. I think it's just an aesthetic. So, but we're not going to do Saranid, because I'm probably going to show you my higher level character later so we can see some later in the game stuff. And he's mostly got Saranid stuff. Let's... let's just play it straight, and let's just start with Swadia. I figure... Wait, no. Let's do Vaegirs. We'll do Vaegirs. Vaegirs is... I've never done Vaegirs. Let's do Vaegirs. We'll start in the nice snowy kingdom of the Vaegirs. Boom. So, we end up in this place. We're in a town. Continue. We're in an inn. And, oh no. Someone's gonna try and kill us. So this will take us right into the town. We're gonna show you some on-foot combat right off the bat as some bandits try to murder our face. And we have a crossbow. And this guy is trying to murder us with a crossbow. And there's my sword. Okay. So he's dead. And here's the dude. Urchin of Radian. So this is the tutorial we're about to go into, pretty much. So left mouse button to continue. Takes him to a house. Make sure no one follows us, and let's go. So we're in his house. It's a house. Just talk to him. Hit F to talk. Use proposition for us. Pretty much, he wants us to go clear out some bandits that have been getting bolder. They've been, harassing the town, and they took his brother. And that's not good. And he's gonna pay us a little bit to go deal with his brother, because he doesn't want to pay a fine. Or not fine. He doesn't want to pay a ransom. I guess he's a little cheap, but he'll pay us. So we can either be interested and go help him out, which is the tutorial, which we're gonna do, or you do have the option just to skip it and go straight into the game. Might as well do the tutorial. It's almost always worth it. You do get a little bit of money out of it, and you might as well. I'm interested. So he gives us 100 dinars, the currency, and we get the quest to go collect 5 men. So, we'll go do that. Ah, we look so amazing. You can find him in the tavern in the town. After that, you can hit Q to go to the quest log at any time. Let's hit tab to leave the building. And here we are! This is the map. We're currently waiting. This is the full map of this game. We got the Vaegirs up here, which is where we are. This is the Nordic Kingdom. Orange is Swadia right in the middle. You got the Kurgit guys all the way on the right. Saranids in the desert at the bottom. Rodoks are the green mountain people over here. So let's go back to us. We won't really get to any of them anytime soon. I gotta try and remember where I am. We're in Ravadine, I think? Yes. So we're here. This is the map screen. Pretty much what that guy wanted us to go do is recruit some people. We need five people. So we can go to nearby villages and we can recruit people to be in our mercenary band. So yeah, it's telling me if I just told you, you click to move. Slowly run over and Aik. Okay, so we're here. Populace doesn't really give a crap about us one way or the other. It tells you all the basic information about what lord this land belongs to. Very in depth. You can go to the village center, which lets us walk around the village. You can buy supplies from them. Recruit volunteers. One Vaegir recruit will follow us. It's 10 dinars. We'll take them. We'll leave. We'll go to another village, because they only had one guy, and we need 5. As you can see, you see other adventuring parties going around. A lot of times those are lords and stuff. That one you saw back there had 206 people in it, compared to our measly 2. They're doing a little better. Ah, 4 more. Perfect. Recruit them. I know it only said we need 5, but let's go grab a few more, because we can. It's not really noticeable yet, but the more people you have, the slower you actually move. So right now I'm still moving pretty quickly. It'll also slow me down once it gets to nighttime. Oop, it didn't go all the way to the village. And, like I said, fairly realistic. So we've got our guys. We actually have more than enough. We'll go back to Ravadine now. There we go. And while we go, I feel I should probably tell you about some other mechanics in this game. A big thing, again, it doesn't matter so much at this level, is you have to pay all your guys, which is really cheap when they're this terrible. And you have to keep people fed. So you do have to constantly have food in your inventory, which I'll show you that in a minute. Let's go to the tavern so we can talk to our friend. So there's a tournament going on here, which we're not going to participate in, because we are level terrible. It's the tavern. This is the tavern. Walk around. It's got travelers, let's give you information. There's the merchant we need to talk to. Ransom brokers, you can sell prisoners to. Deshavi, that is another hero we can get, which is a party member that acts, instead of like the random soldier kind of characters, actually acts more like a player character. They can be equipped independently. They have their own sets of skills that contribute to the party as a whole. We're not going to worry about her for now, though. And then mercenary cavalry, you can just recruit mercenary soldiers in taverns as well, which can be a good way early on to get better than starting level people. So it's not always a bad idea, but they are expensive. So, Merchant of Ravadine. Alright, we got dudes. I wonder why. We should see why doesn't he come with us? Ah, because he's paying us. I guess that makes sense. Alright, friend. Wants us to go learn where the hostages are held, so I'm gonna leave. And right there on the map is the band of robbers. Every once in a while with quests, you will see pretty much someone like this will spawn. They'll usually have their names in blue. They are specific to the quest, and you have to track them down. So we're going to go do that. You can see from mousing over him that there is a named character, kind of, in this group. The one that says 97% here, that's Robber. That is a named character. Usually that would be Lord such and such of such and such, but in this case it's a robber, because it's the tutorial. He has 97% health left, and he has 3 looters. Looters are pretty much the worst thing in the game. Let's go run him down and slaughter them, so we can show you some real combat. What do you want? I've been looking at you. Tell me where you keep your prisoners, you son of a bitch, and maybe I'll let you go. Did I bring any silver? No, but I brought steel and my incredible mustache. And we could order our troops to charge without you, which we're not going to do. Which would just kind of dice roll out who wins. Just take the statistics of who is more likely to win the fight, which would probably be us, but we're going to charge the enemy. Alright, here's our band of peasants. Us with our crossbow, which we're not going to use. And our sword, which we are. And right now, because these peasants are terrible anyway, we're just going to charge headlong into these looters. So we are going to cut them to ribbons, if we can find them. Am I even going the right way? There they are! Alright, let's cut these guys down. They usually have rocks and, like, butcher knives. So... I missed. That will happen a lot in this game. He parried. The way the combat works when you're on a horse, your momentum is very important. And you attack by holding on the left mouse button, clicking, and actually swinging your mouse, as it were, in that direction to draw back. Be it like there, I was swinging my mouse to the right. That's to the left. And I could pull it back to get ready to stab a dude, like this dude, which I missed. And so on. And parrying works the same way. Again, not really on horseback, but when you're on foot, parrying is very similar. You do parry in directions, though I believe there is an option to do that automatically. So we have to take out this last guy. We're mobbing him with him. We have mobbed him. Our guys are super excited. It's probably because our mustache is so glorious. First tab key to leave. We took no casualties. Killed 2 looters. Ooh, we captured a looter, which means we can sell his sorry ass. We captured the robber. Continue. Alright, he'll leave and he'll tell us what we want to know. Alright, that's that part of the quest done. We'll capture that looter. That's why we took prisoner management. Ah, some of our recruits are ready to level up. So for 10 dinars each, we can rank these guys up to footmen. Let's put them higher up. So we have some footmen now, and we're going to need to get more food. Let's take all their stuff. Hold down control, just click everything. Right now we got no money, we really need to sell it. This is the food we have on us right now too. This is important for making sure our party is well fed, and the more variety of food you have, the better your morale is. Admittedly, when it's this small an amount of people, it doesn't matter too much. That'll last us a while. So we don't need to worry about it right now. So return. We're pretty much still at the town. We'll go back to the tavern. Talk to what's-his-face. Alright, man. Man, guy, friend. We know where your brother is. Ah, and we'll go attack them in their lair. I don't know why I had to read that twice. So we'll leave, and this is another thing you run into in this game, are bandit lairs. So the kidnapper's hideout is over here. Let's go to it. Let's go to it and destroy them with our new 2 promoted guys who are great. Those footmen. It's gonna be wonderful. And it's a snowy area, so we can see the snow. Yeah. The good thing is on foot, I can actually use the crossbow a bit more, because I have a sword and no shield. I'm not really equipped to fight very well. Alright, attack the hideout. I'm not as big a fan of the strictly on foot combat in this game. It's fun enough when you're sieging or defending a siege of a castle, because then it's just, I don't know, it's exciting. Well, sieging can be a bit tedious, because a lot of times it's just your army getting cut to ribbons, but defending is pretty cool. But these on-foot bits, I don't know. This game's big strength is the mounted combat, just for being kind of cool and unique, and that was a terrible shot. Okay, I'm not going to hit him from here. I'm far too terrible, apparently. So, we'll just run. He'll probably get pelted with rocks before he even gets to us. But yeah. For one thing, I'm not going to get anywhere to kill anyone, because I'm slow. Oh, wait. Come on. Come back here. There we go. Yeah. Murdering bitches. It's the best. Oh, look at this guy. Why? It's cold out, man. Put a shirt on. Put a shirt on. That's what you get. It's what you get. Oh, look, we're cheering. And we found the merchant's brother. Oh, his hair's almost as derpy as mine. He's indifferent towards me. I'm indifferent towards him. It's great. So we found him. Oh, look at the blood splattered all over our glorious mustache. Alright, we get to capture all their stuff. I'm not even gonna bother. Their stuff is crap. Oh, actually, no. Their armor's better than mine. We'll take some armor. And we'll take some boots. Because it's better than ours, which is kind of sad. Oh, and our horse is terrible. We have a sway-backed horse. Good. Alright, some soldiers ready to upgrade, so we will go check them out. Another footman. There's one last bit of the tutorial, which gives you a sort of an idea of part of sieging once you get into the city keep. So the last part of the tutorial is fighting with multiple people in the city. So it's a very dumbed down of what the second half of sieging a castle is. The first half is very much just trying to... Oh. Oh no. Well, this is about to take an interesting turn. I wasn't paying attention, and some roving bands of deserters charged us. So we're going to fight them, which is not going to go well, because there's only 7 of us. But you know what? Screw it. We have a battle advantage of -2. We got this. This video is about to take a really interesting end, as I don't finish the tutorial because I'm probably about to get captured here. But that'll be a great part to wrap it up on. Anyway, oh, these guys are... We're not gonna do well here. Unless I can just take all of them, because, you know, I'm pretty much just have recruits. I don't even have a shield. So, I don't know. I'm doing some pretty good damage. Nope, oh, no, now everyone's dying. Oh, and there's all these guys on foot with hammers, and... Oh, now I'm just getting mobbed. And, yeah. I was gonna do the last part of the tutorial, but we retreated. We had no casualties, and we have been taken prisoner. So, this is what happens when you get taken prisoner. You just get kind of dragged around the map by those guys. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this quick look at Mount&Blade. This is just the beginning of the game, but we're going to come back soon. I'm going to log on to one of my higher level characters. I think my main has 600 in-game days, roughly. I'm going to show you some more advanced stuff and show you the real meat of this game. This is mostly game feel, the character creation, and then what happens right in the early levels, which a lot of times is some random deserters or bandits destroy you. It's not pleasant. And if I'd been paying more attention, I would have run, but I didn't see them. So yeah, I've been Jeeps. This has been me getting royally destroyed in Mount&Blade Warband, and I will talk to you guys later.